Saturday morning swim session done and the speed is back. I'm feeling, or the times rather this morning were in the place where they have normally been over the past couple of months or so, and hopefully that's a sign that the speed, the feel for the water is coming back after I took that week off of illness a couple of weeks ago. Last week and even up to Thursday, still not quite where I wanted them to be. However, got a 13.25 meter freestyle, two 13 points as it were. I just wanted to do a second one to double check that it was right. And going just as fast as I did before I came down with the illness. So that's great news. To add to that evidence as well, on a 50 freestyle I did with fins on, I came in on a 26 high, which would be a personal best in the pool. It could just be that I'm getting used to the new type of fins that I'm using, being able to utilize them better, and as such I'm going faster. So it may not be my without fin speed that's getting faster, for want of a better term of it. Rather, I'm just getting used to using the fins in the most optimal fashion. However, it's not a bad sign. Going a high 26 from a push with fins on is definitely not a bad sign at all. So fingers crossed that's me getting faster, and means that with a dive, once shaved down with my new swim trunks, I'm going to be going personal bests in all of my events come Masters Nationals, which is now only 6 days away. 6 days away. But nonetheless, a good swim session. Obviously, keeping it relatively easy. Don't want to push myself too hard at this stage of the game. It's about keeping intensity high, volume low, so I retain the feel for the water, retain the feel for going fast, just retain that skill of going fast, while at the same time allowing my body to recover and freshen up in time for Friday. So a good swim session. 2 more swim sessions left this week in preparation. Going to follow a similar theme, high intensity, very low volume, just to keep things ticking over going into Friday. So a good start to the week. It's all promising at this point in time. So fingers crossed we stay on this nice high and go into Masters Nationals ready and raring to go. Fingers crossed. So a quick update on the gym. First off, had a bit of a tidy out in the garage to clear space for all the equipment that I want to put in here. As you can see in the center, I'm currently in the middle of building the squat rack. Had a few other chores that I wanted to get done today, and as a result, when it came to actually putting this together, I'm feeling rather tired and not up for finishing it off. But I've got one side done. So I think the rest of it will come up rather quickly. Other news is I've had my bench delivered, which I will be constructing once I finish the squat rack. But it's all coming together, and of course got the pull-up bar to put up somewhere. But yes, it's coming together. We've got the space now. Garage is cleared, and yeah, super excited to see when it's finished. First tapered gym session done, and just essentially going through all the exercises, one set of 6 reps for each, working all the muscles and just trying to lift as heavy as I can for 6. Some I did reasonably well on, others not so great. I was looking back at my previous personal bests with regards to some of these lifts and how heavy I could lift for 6, and wasn't quite there. So not feeling as strong as I was back in 2023, which I felt is where I was in my prime for butterfly. However, I may compensate for that with being better with my technique in swimming. So hopefully I've still got the muscle there, and it's just a case of working on building that strength back up again over time. But yeah, a decent gym session, and hopefully again I can build that strength up towards Masters Nationals as well. So fingers crossed. Yeah, decent gym session, and hoping that the strength is not going to impact on how fast I swim. So another update on the home gym build, and the squat rack is complete. Really happy with it. Yeah, all come together nicely. Was probably simpler to build than I was originally expecting. I thought that putting the left side to the right side together along the centre bar was going to be a little bit more difficult, but I found some things to lever the sides against and managed to safely get it together without hurting myself. And yeah, I'm very pleased with the result. So can now start doing some squats and some bench press. Or actually, no, I need to get the bench sorted before I can start doing some bench press. But yes, very happy with how that's coming along. Monday morning swim, time for some time trials. So the plan in this morning swim session was actually to do a warm-up, then a time trial 50 free, 50 fly, and then 100 free. However, in the 50 meters freestyle, I ended up breathing 3 times, where when fresh, I typically only feel the need to breathe once / maybe twice, which gave a little bit of an indication as to the fact that I wasn't feeling 100% fresh. And as a result, decided to stop after 50. I did a couple of 25 meters fly just so that I could break up that 50. However, I thought it probably wasn't the best idea to continue on with the 100 because that may be doing a little bit too much at this stage when we're only 4 days out from nationals. So went in with a plan, and reality changed that somewhat, but nonetheless, it was a good session. I came in on a 31 low on that 53, and I felt as though if I'd have kept my if I'd have only breathed once on that, then it would have been a 30 flat. So I think that means that I'm on for a good time, that it's in reality a good result, and just with a little bit more touching up on the day / just performing better on the day, then you know it'll be a really good time, especially with these new Mizunos that I have got. So a reasonable time, just need to make sure that I only breathe once, which will come with me feeling fresh on the Sunday for that 50 meters free. And in addition, just timing the turn right. I didn't quite time the turn all that well in that 50 time trial. In reality, I should be doing it well at this stage. However, sometimes in training, as I say, I just don't have the same level of focus / feeling of need, urgency. So it's something that typically only tends to come in competition. However, I know going into that 50 freestyle warm-up, it's something that I'll be looking to practice, looking to nail each time, and when in the actual race environment is something that I will be focusing just that bit harder on getting right. So could have touched up the turn a bit more and wouldn't have breathed as many times, probably meaning that it would have been a bit better of a 50 free time. So that altogether makes me relatively happy with that time. One more training session left, so I may do another 50 free time trial, but other than that, I will leave it there, do some 25s, just loosen off the body, get the feel for the water, a couple of sprints here and there, and just making sure I'm ready to go on Friday. Not doing too much so that I don't burn myself out in preparation for the big one on Friday. Second interesting development is that I tried on my new pair of Mizunos for the first time yesterday evening. Whilst starting the shave down, I'm going to take a phased approach because it is just an awfully dull, long, boring process. So I didn't want to bore myself too much last night. But trying on the Mizunos, I got up to just under my bum and then struggled to get it over. And there was one point where I was thinking, oh God, have I really spent £300 on a new race suit that doesn't actually fit me? However, after a lot of wiggling and jiggling, I managed to get into the race suit. It's a little bit tighter, and this is the reason why I tried it on. I was warned by a fellow teammate, shout out to Paul, that it was a tighter race suit than the Mizuno GX Sonic 3s, which I have before. These Sonic 6 NVs are a bit tighter. It wasn't quite as crushing on the nether regions as he said it was going to be, but getting the waist strap over my bum definitely hurt. It hurt, it was painful, it was digging in. However, once it was on, I felt fine. I felt as though, yeah, it should be okay to race in these. I bent down a little bit to get in a dive position, which is normally the hard bit, and also brought my knees to my chest to simulate the turn, and that all felt fine. So I think once I've got these bad boys on, we're going to be okay. But it's just going to, I'm going to burn a lot of energy just putting the race suit on, which is not good, but it is what it is, and hopefully it gets me some faster times. It's a fresh race suit, so it should be tight. And we've all heard the stories about it taking ages for people to get their race suits on, so maybe this is just the reality and what it should be like for me to get my race suit on in practice. However, because I've had bigger sizes in the past, suits that have been worn in a little bit, that hasn't actually been the case. So interesting to see what the case is with the new race suit. Glad I can actually get it on, and fingers crossed use it on Friday. But yeah, was a little bit of an issue. I was going to film the process of me trying it on for the first time. However, yeah, in doing so would have resulted in this video being classed as pornographic. So yeah, there's absolutely no way that I'm going to be able to film myself without showing inappropriate parts of my body. So I'm afraid that that's not going to be in this episode. But yeah, thankfully I can actually get the damn things on. So Tuesday morning's gym session I did from home, and because my home gym isn't fully set up yet, it limited what I was able to do. So limited to exercises that I could achieve with dumbbells. Nonetheless, I did my best and tried to get a little pump on all of the various items I could do with dumbbells, such as bicep curls, dumbbell kickbacks, some calf raises, and just trying to lift as heavy for a single set as I possibly could, just to try and release the strength, just get my muscles coordinated for achieving maximum force when in the build up to Masters Nationals on Friday, which isn't too far away now. Starting to feel a little bit nervous. Would have been of good to have gone to the gym this morning. However, my new project at work makes time a little bit limited in that sense, so was unable to make it to the gym to conduct a workout. But need to make do with what we have. But hopefully in the following few weeks I will have my gym set up, and as a result we'll be able to start working out fully from home, which is a really exciting prospect because it will save me a decent amount in commuting time, and just means I can achieve more elsewhere, which I'm excited to be able to do. But nonetheless, a decent gym session, just doing one set, lifting as heavy as I can, just to keep the muscles, not overly fatigue them, but at the same time just push them so that they are used to going at maximum effort in the build up to the big one on Friday. Wednesday morning swim session sorted as well. Ultimately just did a warm up, couple of 50s kick, did some underwater kick practice, some tumble turn practice, and then did 2 25s sprint with a decent chunk of rest. I didn't really time it, but just gave myself enough time and cool down swim in between each 25 to enable me to go maximum. Again, with the intention of keeping intensity high, but volume low, so that I am used to going all out, keep that feeling within my body and the muscle memory of going all out there, but at the same time not fatiguing myself. It's a really delicate balance, and so hence the point of the sets this week, to keep the intensity high but the volume low as we build up to Masters Nationals. It's my final training set, both in terms of swimming and the gym. Tomorrow I've decided that I'm going to take the day off from training whatsoever to ensure that energy reserves are high. Plus I've got stuff going on at work, which means I'm also time limited as well. So just to keep the stress low tomorrow, I have taken the executive decision to not do any workout whatsoever. So the next time I'm going to be exercising will be my warm up for my 50 meters fly race on Friday. So yeah, getting really nervous now. Could feel it in the pool this morning. It just felt as though any sort of little bit of fatigue I could feel in my body was just getting into my head. Yeah, and although in a normal set it's not really any fatigue at all, it's quite easy to push through, just psychologically this morning, yeah, it was just like, oh my God, am I not feeling fresh enough? Am I feeling quite tired in the build up to Nationals on Friday? But just need to get over that now, focus on getting in the right mindset, focus on, first off, enjoying the competition, because there's nothing more that I can do now, so I may as well go in and enjoy it. Worrying about how I'm going to perform only means that I suffer twice if things go badly, whereas if I enjoy it, then you know, I only suffer once if things go badly, and if things don't go badly, then I don't suffer at all. So hence the reason to go in with the attitude of enjoying it. Similarly, I find that when I take on the attitude of enjoying a competition, I normally perform better. The pressure's off. I'm just able to get on and do my thing. So yeah, when it comes to competition, I've learned over the times to not put pressure on yourself. When you get to the competition, you've done everything that you can, nothing more to do other than just enjoy racing. So that's my ethos. And then the other thing is to avoid disaster. So that's poor night's sleep, over or under eating, drinking alcohol, all these things that are going to drain energy from me in the build up to Friday. So we're just looking at conserving and building my energy stores up to Friday so that I'm able to hit things fresh, because whilst there's nothing really more productive that I can do at this stage of the game, I can sabotage myself by turning up tired, you know, feeling bloated, you know, feeling lethargic, and also hungover. Hopefully that last one is a little bit key, or a little bit self-evident rather, but just goes without saying. It's now just all about ensuring that I have energy going into the competition and I'm going to be enjoying it. So that is my focus over the next day or two. So Thursday, just approaching evening, and haven't done any exercise today as predicted. Just wanted to take a day off in order to help refresh my energy stores for tomorrow. Plus I had to be up early for work, which has limited my ability / the amount of time that I have to do a workout today anyway. So I think it goes hand in hand, and with travelling to and from Sheffield for work today, I didn't want to put more physical stress on myself in doing a workout as well. So feeling pretty rested. This is it. This is the end of the pre-nationals preparation. Tomorrow is go time. So it's now just about getting a good night's sleep, eating reasonably well this evening, getting those glycogen stores up without stuffing myself, going to bed on time, getting up at a reasonable time, and just not exerting too much energy for tomorrow. Alcohol is obviously a no-go. That will be Sunday's treat. And also just getting my food prepared, you know, just having a range of food ready and available for me to eat throughout the day tomorrow. So very much looking forward to it. The nerves seem to be turning into excitement, just ready and raring to see how I'm going to perform tomorrow. So nearly there now, And yeah, the next video you'll be watching on this channel will be me competing. So very much looking forward to it, and I'll see you on the other side. That is it for today's video, and if you've enjoyed it, please give it a like. Remember to follow and subscribe for more swimming content, and to swim faster on limited training time, head on over to westcough.com. Otherwise, see you in the next video.